Growing up with a mother who had depression, I learned early on that her being a Pakistani immigrant woman impacted the way she received mental health treatment, an experience that helped me understand race and gender intersect to influence mental health treatment in the United States in profound ways. In this class, I've been able to study the way gender specifically influenced psychiatric treatment for white women in the 19th century. However, there isn't much academic work on how race and gender both nuanced women of color's experiences with mental health care during this time. Nonetheless, archival documents and newspapers can give us a glimpse into this history. Records from the Georgia Lunatic Asylum and Southern newspapers narrate the life of a mentally ill black woman named Olivia Wood. Analyzing these records can help us learn how intimate partner violence could have been a stressor for mental illness and how jails played a part in psychiatric care for black women at this time. The Georgia Lunatic Asylum, or GLA, opened in 1842 following a bill passed by Georgia legislature. The asylum followed the popular idea of the institution as a family, which held that patients should be treated humanely rather than be chained up. The asylum also kept meticulous records of their patients, their illnesses, and their deaths to send in yearly reports to GLA's Board of Trustees. Olivia Wood's story is captured in GLA records beginning from when she was admitted in July of 1894. That month, Wood's name appeared in a local Georgia newspaper named In the Field in 2 news stories. On the 14th, an article stated that the Fulton County Jail has been converted into a lunatic asylum, where 4 lunatics had been staying, and that Wood was, quote, extremely violent and was kept in a darkened dungeon in the basement of the jail. An article from July 16th described how Wood was finally sent to the state asylum after a month in jail, and she was, quote, very violent and it was necessary to handcuff her. These news pieces show how jails were a type of mental health care facility for some black women. Rather than being sent straight to GLA after her illness began, Wood was thrown into a dungeon to restrain her. This, along with the handcuffing, added a layer of criminality to Wood's mental illness, making her seem more like a violent perpetrator rather than a woman under severe mental distress. After arriving at a proper asylum where humane treatment was the standard, however, Wood went from being extremely violent to only, quote, somewhat violent as described by her patient narrative from GLA. This patient narrative from 1894 also gives more details surrounding the circumstances of Wood's life. She is a cook, Baptist, married, she isn't suicidal or homicidal nor dangerous with fire. This description makes her seem less unhinged and aggressive than the newspapers describe her to be. This record also says the cause of her lunacy is ill treatment by her husband and that she had received a violent blow to the jaw from her husband. This key detail shows a direct link between intimate partner violence and mental illness, giving more insight into which specific social and personal factors influenced black women's mental health during this time. Although Olivia Wood's is only one story, her and other stories of mentally ill black women from GLA archives help piece together a broader history of black women's mental health and treatment in the 19th century. Before, my belief that race and gender both influence mental health treatment for women of color was based in present experiences, but the study of archival sources has taught me that the relationship between race, gender, and mental illness has a deeper, more brutal history than I imagined. I hope that the materials I've studied in this class can inform academic scholarship which meticulously documents these neglected narratives and give a fuller picture of psychiatry and mental health in the United States.